The best 60 minutes of your day, the Bryan Bulaga Homer Hour. Very soon, the segment with Jason Wilde. Then the final segment will be a special edition of Rain Man. Have two more Rain Mans to get in before the end of the year, and I'm not here much, so we're going to get one in at the end of tonight's show. And then I don't even know about next week or the following week. There'll be one more after that. Have to give the world a chance to defeat our leader who has 10. So it'll be about the last segment of the show, probably about 5:45. So tell the world. We should probably put it up on Twitter that we're going to have a Rain Man, special Rain Man competition, normally on Wednesday, but I have to make up two to make sure the competition is 100% fair. And to talk with Bryan Bulaga, were there any games in which you couldn't wait for them to be played? I wish this game was tonight. I'm happy it's Saturday, but this.
Yeah.
Were there games like that?
Oh yeah, games that you just wanted it to go. Right? You just wanted to play it and get the anticipation of it, and there's been a lot that's happened obviously there since Denver that you just kind of want to go out there and play. You want to try to. I mean, there's obviously a lot of chatter, right? Or can they be what they were? Are they going to fall? There's a lot of that, and you want to go out there and play and try to prove that we can still win football games. And you win this football game, you're at the top of the division, and you control your own destiny. So, yeah, I mean, I wish they were playing tonight, but I'm also aware that they have a lot of injuries, so an extra couple days will not hurt them at all. We'll just put it that way.
And then there's the issue of an evening game where you have the entire day to do nothing as the game does not start until 7:20. The only game, I can't remember where you were relative to the history because I've followed this for so long, not as far as Don Hudson, but close, when there was no evening game other than Monday night. Yep. Last game on Sunday was the 3 o'clock game. There was no Sunday night game, and, of course, there was no Thursday night game. But is that a pain to have to wait the whole day?
Yeah, I never loved the night games. I always liked the 3:25 kick. That was always my favorite time slot to go, or noon. I always like noon or 3:25. The night games, too much time throughout the day to just sit there and think about it, right? Like just think and think and think. And then I always would get into the playbook and you'd go over things and you'd look at stuff and you'd look at.
Is that what you do?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so we don't know any of this. So we know of a playbook. So the playbook is there's a special different playbook for each game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So the playbook has what?
So,
the first page said, Bulaga, you should have gone to Wisconsin. Then you move on, and you put the next, you go on to they don't leave any personal jokes or anything in the playbook? All right, okay. Then you don't want to lose it because it would be very valuable.
And now, later on it went to iPad, so then everything was digital. So then you had to keep track of that. But essentially what I would always do is I'd go through the late games. I'd go through the run game 1 or 2 times.
So they list all the plays or?
Oh, yeah. Everything that you installed that week is in there. Obviously, they can call whatever they want throughout the game.
But these were all plays you had before. It's just which group of them are going to be used for the game. Or is there new stuff?
Oh, they put new stuff in there. There's new stuff, but most of the time it's what you already know. And then it's all drawn up and shown against the defense you're going against. So, right? Not every defense is different.
We don't know any of this stuff.
Not every defense is the same, so they're against different looks and potential.
All right, so how about now when you're playing a team the second time? You get the playbook and is it 50% the same, 90% the same? If the team stinks, it's 100% the same?
There's going to be changes to it. Simply because of how close they played each other. You can't show the exact same thing. Like, you just can't put the exact same thing. Obviously, run plays are going to be the same and protections. You can't vary those things too much. but how you're going to attack certain fronts and certain defenses. And if they make adjustments, you're going to do different things. You're going to show them different runs and different potential play action things and different personnel groupings and all that. So like that all changes. And when personnel groupings change, assignments change. And you just want to make sure that you're refreshed on it. Then I would always go back and then watch all the practice reps from the week and kind of look at how I was pass setting.
You took this stuff seriously.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a job. It was a lot of fun.
Well, no, but I think I've said this before when you watch a game the second time. I mean, you're doing that to fill time, but I guess I was of the assumption that if someone took the book away the day of the game, you'd still be fine.
Yeah, you'd be fine. I mean, and I'd be fine. It's just, but then the one thing that I would spend the most time on is I'd watch maybe a game or two, the most recent game or two of Chicago against the opponent I was going to go against, the DNs, and I would I would just go through their pass clips, their pass game clips, and see how they pass rushed and see if they changed anything. Or if they've gotten, if they've tried new moves out from when I played them in, how close this is 2 weeks ago or whatever it is. And you would just watch that and see if they are doing something different. Are they setting up moves differently? Or their first 5 or 10 pass rush moves different than what it was against you in the first game? Like, are they doing something different to different tackles? Or are they setting guys up the same? So you just kind of go through that and, after watching your practice tape and how you did, and then you watch their game film and you try to build a little mental note before you go out there, right?
I'm asking all this because I've always thought of the opinion, it's not that complicated. Come on. What's difficult is to be good enough to have the ability to do whatever you have to do, the skills that you had and the strength that you needed. And often football players will say it's it's more than that. But I wanted you to watch. I don't know if you've seen. They had Cousins talking about this, and they had a video of it about quarterbacks and what they used to do. And then turned out the defenses would show you stuff you'd never seen before. So then you had to change the way a quarterback looked at it. He said, used to be you'd immediately throw away half the field. So who's ever done that now, then you couldn't do that, and you had to have the progression, 1 through 5. Now, that seemed pretty complicated in terms of everybody trying to figure out ways to confuse you.
Yes. I mean, and that's what really you go through is, the coaches do so much in getting these plans together, and they think they build a plan trying to anticipate what they think they may see. Right. So you may go out there in the first series and, I get Chicago's structure. Their defense is the same. That's not going to change how they, 4 down and all that. But how they shift to the strength of the defense and are they rolling safeties in? Things change and it may not be what you prepared for. So you want to make sure your rules are sound. Right. It's all about the rules. It's all about rules of the run game and the pass game and your protection rules. And then if you feel good about your rules, which was always the main thing that Coach Campen talked about, even Steno, when he was the O-line coach for the year when I was there, in a new scheme, it's all about the rules. If you have your rules down and you understand the structure of the defense, you should be fine. They can throw anything at you.
Right. Now, this is when I get to my big question. So when you win or lose, is it because you played better or because you got tricked? I refuse to believe that there are many games at all in which the trickery or the plan was such that the other team was confused, and that's why you won or lost, versus we just blocked and tagged. We just played football better than they did, and that's what it came down to. But if I'm wrong, I'm sure you'll tell me.
Yeah, so there's certain games where like a Mike Zimmer defense where he would throw.
Oh, he did bother Rodgers.
Yes, he threw a bunch of different pressure looks and things that we might not have prepared for that week, right? Like something new.
Right, but did you lose every game against him because of it, or did you still win some of them?
Yeah. No. We would diagnose it, and Aaron, you might get Aaron once or twice, but after the second time, he'll figure it out. Like that's normally the way it would go. And then with how good Corey was.
All right.
You would identify these things. Then you had TJ and Josh at guard. Like they would identify these things and they would figure out and then it turns into a cat and mouse game. Then we're making dummy checks to bait them into pressures that we can see, and then it becomes a back and forth, right? And you start changing your code words.
Right, whatever you say. So Zimmer, who were either offense or defensive coordinators or head coaches that created difficulty because of just like what you said with Zimmer?
Well, like Vic Fangio was another one.
Okay.
Vic was very good at it. You would, what's his name? He was with Michigan. He was with the Giants, the D coordinator.
Brown? I don't know that guy. I can't remember.
No, he's a bigger guy.
Okay. All right. But anyway,
yeah.
So that,
because
I was wondering about
Rex Ryan was another one when he was with the Jets. Rex did a bunch of those different looks that you'd have to identify and kind of sort through to get to your protection rules. And
all right.
It would take some a series or two to see what they were doing to figure that out on the sideline. You go to the sideline, you figure out what they're doing. You have a plan. Maybe
so
you start
in
changing.
all situations, regardless of complicated, you'd have it figured out before the first half was over. It wasn't like, all right, we'll go in at halftime. It was done before that.
Yeah, there's no at halftime. It's too late. You got to figure that out. You got to figure that out.
The way I know.
After the first few series.
Right, but I'm saying everybody talks about the adjustments, and they talk about adjustments after halftime, and you're just telling us that's a bunch of garbage. The adjustments were made long before then. Now, they may not have worked yet, but people were already dealing with it.
Yeah, the adjustments at halftime, I mean, there's no time to make that many
Paul Hornig said all they did was smoke.
Yeah, you go in there,
rest,
go to the bathroom, maybe get like an Uncrustable and kind of sit there for 5 minutes, and the coaches talk about, hey, they did this, we're going to try to attack this a little bit more, and then you go back out there. Like there's not much time to really go through anything, right? Like if you haven't made adjustments already during the first half and you haven't seen progress in those adjustments, then the coaches are probably scrambling at halftime. Now we've changed this plan 3 times.
And you don't remember ever really having it get to that point?
Not to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, we can't do anything.
But I want there to be an analyst. Maybe I didn't listen. Where the analyst, when they say, well, they'll adjust at half, he goes, dude, it's way too late. If they haven't figured it out by now, they're not going to. Now they may do something they haven't done yet, but that's based on them having already determined what's going on and what they need to try.
Who the master of this was at halftime, and having to feel like you're a step ahead was Bill Belichick when you played the Patriots. You always felt that like something completely different was coming out at halftime. You always felt that whenever you played the Patriots.
And was that an adjustment of what happened in the first half, or do you think he had that on his sheet of paper before the game even started?
He had it on a sheet of paper, and then he sees how the first half goes and is going to decide based on, are we winning this matchup? Are we not winning this matchup?
I mean, the theory they gave us is whatever was your best thing, he took it away from you, which always made me think, well, isn't that the first thing any guy would do? Isn't that what every coordinator for every team, offense or defense, whatever they do best, or whoever that best player is? The focus with them seemed to be more on taking away the best player. But, again, I'll defer to you whether that's accurate or not.
Yeah, but he did that, and then there was always a weak spot that you had to figure out. That was the thing that you had to try to diagnose what the weak spot was as he was taking away your best option.
What their weak spot would be.
Yes, you always had to try to figure out that weak spot. And to me, the most fascinating kind of battle is that what year was it? When they came to Lambeau, and it was a close game, we ended up winning in the end. And we have Aaron, they think we're going to throw the ball, so they start to shadow everything to Jordy and to Tay. And we run the ball early, and we run it really well. Probably did not expect that, and we ran it really well. We come back out in the second half, we are not running the ball really well, because he said, okay, well, like, we can't do that. But then we started throwing the ball really well. So, like,
wow.
there's a give and take to how Belichick did things. And it was always very.
So whatever was said about him was accurate.
Yes. Yes. Because you always felt like he had something up his sleeve. It was always the same thing.
But there are all these other guys that are doing it for all these other teams. They just didn't do it as well as he did.
No.
They just didn't. All right.
No. Yeah, they just didn't do it as good. Or the players just didn't execute it as good. I don't know which one it is.
That's a great point. Yes. He tried to keep it simple so that just do your job. Yeah, that's a great – yes. The way he presented it and what he gave to the players had to be simpler.
Yes.
So that they would execute what he wanted on more plays. All right. Now we'll get to the Packers and the Bears, because I go to the cot. Jason Wilde and Bryan Bulaga next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, we've got some backups starting just south of Watertown Plank Road, down through the Zoo Interchange, all the way down past National Avenue. There is a crash right past National Avenue. The left lane is blocked, so big delays there. Eastbound 94 backing up from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange to about 27th. The westbound side is heavy from 17th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. More delays from Sunny Slope Road all the way to Moreland Road. And then on southbound 43, backing up from just before North Avenue down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 12. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy and cold, a high of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without two of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time's running out. It's the final chance of 2025 to save big at the Last Call Savings Event. This month at Cunis, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select new vehicles across multiple brands. Or take advantage of huge discounts and rebates on all new in-stock cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? Check your local dealer website for a new selection of discounted pre-owned super specials and shop our group-wide inventory of over 700 pre-owned under 20 grand and over 300 under 10 grand. Plus, we have great service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes. Hurry in. When 2025 ends, so do the savings. Start your search today at shopcunis.com. 0% APR financing for 60 months on select models with approved credit through OEM lenders. Not all buyers qualify. Rate set by lender with approval subject to buyer insurability. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 for $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, title, license, and $499 dealer service fee. Offer ends 1/5/26.
Looking for the early gift for the basketball fan on your list? This holiday season, Fiserv Forum brings the heat with the Milwaukee Hoop Showdown. Friday, December 19th, the Wisconsin Badgers versus Villanova at 7 p.m. But first, UW Milwaukee takes on South Dakota State at 4. 2 big games, 1 electric night, all under one roof. Check off that holiday list and get your tickets now at FiservForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Visit FiservForum.com/showdown.
This holiday season, imagine a home that feels safer, cozier, and truly yours. Hey, I'm Brad Nortman, and I know how much it means when your home finally works the way you've always hoped. Lifetime Home Services helps families create that comfort. From cleaner air and radon safety to organized closets and smart home automation, it's all about making your home feel better every day. Mention this ad during your consultation for 10% off. Plus, earn credits towards future home projects with our end-of-the-year special. Start creating a home that feels good to live in at lifetimehomeservices.com.
Whether you're hitting the road for the holidays or heading up north to see family and friends, make Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan your first stop. Just across the Wisconsin border, Higher Love offers award-winning, organically grown products that you can trust, plus new incense, apparel, and holiday-ready gifts. Fuel your trip, stock up for the season, and don't forget to grab a photo with Sasquatch while you're here. Your perfect holiday stop is waiting at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Jason Wilde and Bryan Bulaga, and the nice guy, the doctor of football, Bryan Bulaga, does the introduction. Take it away.
Jason, how are we doing this evening?
I'm good, Bryan. How are you?
I'm great. So I was on KBN, and they said you had a pretty good feel for this injury report. Can I hear it?
Sure. So I think a couple things. I mean, first of all, I talked to Zach Tom. He did confess that if he wakes up in the morning and his knee still feels the way it feels right now on Saturday, he's probably not going to play. So then the question becomes, who do they go with? And Darian Kennard is on the injury report, too, with a neck.
What?
And he's listed as questionable. So my inkling is that we might be back to Jordan Morgan at right tackle.
Really?
How do you feel about that? Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I don't love it. But I mean, if guys are that injured, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, again, I've told you this and I've said this. So if he's going to play, you got to play him at guard or left tackle. And out at right tackle is just it's not my first decision, but there clearly would be at their third decision at that point. So
right,
that is what it is. How about Watson and Williams and anyone else that could be questionable to play?
Yeah, there's 10 guys are questionable, and like a couple of additions that are a little concerning. One is Kingsley Enagbare, who we both have been talking about this week as a guy that makes sense to kind of pick up some of the slack. Nobody's suggesting that he's going to morph into Micah Parsons, but a guy that could pick up some of the slack and has had some good moments, including against the Bears. He has an illness, so he's questionable. I don't know how serious the illness is and whether it'll dissipate by the time we get to Saturday night, but you would hope so. The other two guys that you could see being part of this equation at defensive end still aren't on the roster yet. Brenton Cox is still technically on injured reserve. Colin Oliver is still technically on the PUP. So we'll see if one, both, or neither are activated, but they're among those 10 guys that are questionable. But to me, there's really 4 guys more than any others out of those 10 that you're really concerned about whether they're available or not. And I would say the one of the 4 that I am least confident in playing, because he's got an MCL and he plays safety as opposed to, you or Tausch or all those tough offensive linemen who don't have to run quite as far or as often that played through MCLs, is Evan Williams. He's got an MCL. I think, just judging from his tone yesterday and the fact that he didn't practice again, I don't think he's going to play. So if I were to take these 4, I would put him as the most likely to be out. You know how they vote for most likely to succeed in high school? This would be most likely to be out. Most likely to be genuinely, authentically questionable is Zach Tom. He didn't practice today. That knee is still bothering him. Whether or not it improves enough by Saturday night, I'm skeptical, but I'm open to the possibility. So he is most likely to be the most genuinely questionable. I think I feel really good about Christian Watson's chances. Like, I think they know how much they need him. He took part in practice again today. Will he be 100%? No. But I think he's most likely to be probable to play. I really do. I'm not willing to go all in on him, but I like his chances. And then the guy that I think is going to play that is still listed as questionable is Josh Jacobs. They purposely didn't practice him this week. It worked well for him last week. He had a little contraption on his knee, trying to continue to stimulate that blood flow and get the swelling down. So those are the 4 out of the 10 that I think are the most significant that we're trying to figure out whether they'll be available or not.
Yeah, I would say that's a significant 4 guys. I mean, I'll put it that way. What in your time in the locker room now, what are these guys saying about, I guess, I mean, now that we're a little bit removed from Micah being hurt, I know it's not that far, but hey, you gotta put your pants back on and go play. I mean, that's the way this goes. What are they saying on the defensive side of the ball? How they're going to try to make up for that production, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, or what do you think they're going to do?
Well, I think they are leaning on, and I think rightfully so. I'm not going to say that this is a fictional concept, but I do think they're leaning on the fact that they were a damn good defense last year without him, and that they spent the entire offseason and training camp preparing to be a Super Bowl caliber defense because they didn't know he was going to be on their team yet. So I do think, talking with Evan Williams, talking with Xavier McKinney, talking with Keyshawn Nixon, I do believe that is their attitude. That, hey, Mike is a great player, but we're not a bunch of scrubs either. So I do think that's part of it. Now, to me, the real question, and this was really interesting in my conversation with Xavier McKinney today, was that he said it wouldn't be that hard to take some of the pre-Micah Parsons concepts, simulated pressures, blitzes, etc., because they're still in the defense. It's not like they just threw them in the garbage can. And so, one of the things that was interesting during training camp, and I know we talked about this with you, was the idea of making Edger and Cooper more of a pass rush threat, right? Moving him around, blitzing him more. Like, in theory, and again, I don't know if this is what they're going to do by any means, but in theory, he could do some of that roving stuff that Parsons did, right? Like, he's not Parsons, no matter how much, Homer liked him last year. He's not Parsons, but he could do some of that stuff. So you don't know where he's coming from, right?
Excuse me, I have to interrupt. The Chicago Bears are now the favorite in the game by a point over the Green Bay Packers. Go ahead.
You got to interrupt for that?
Yeah, because everybody was shocked that the Packers could be favored, and the money has apparently said, no, you were right, Homer. The Bears should be favored, and they are. Yes.
So that's why you had to interrupt, because it included you being able to say you were right.
No,
okay.
no, it didn't. It had nothing to do with it.
Okay, all right. So anyway, I do think that they believe that there are plenty of parts of their playbook that they can utilize that were PP, pre-Parsons. So I think they're leaning on that. I also think, and look, you obviously played in this league a long time. I don't think there's a lot of win one for the Gipper stuff. But I do think that these guys are motivated to say, hey, people think we're cooked now because we lost this guy. I mean, they can use me as bulletin board material if they'd like. Like, I'm on the record. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl without Tucker Kraft and without Micah Parsons now. I just don't. And if that motivates them, great. But I do think that they're motivated to say, hey, wait a minute. Micah's a great player, but we got really good players still. Maybe not anybody in his class, but We got guys that can get it done. So I think that's kind of the vibe I got from the defense during the last 3 days.
Do you think we see a bigger role for Golden this week too, after kind of how he played against Denver?
I do, especially if they want to try and kind of manage. If Christian Watson plays, I don't think you want him out there for 50 plays, right? Like, I think you want to be smart. And yeah, Golden. You know, I was saying this to Matthew actually when our little group got done, because I had talked to him 2 weeks ago, leading into the first Bears game, and he was, and I think I even said that to you guys because I think it was on a Thursday that I did it. He was really down. Like, he's frustrated with the shoulder and the wrist injury. He's frustrated with his lack of production. He was frustrated with his lack of opportunities, right? I mean, you know, let's be honest. He probably, as a first-round pick, is thinking, I'm going to get more balls thrown my direction than he was, even when he was healthy. And it was almost, talking to him today, like, he was much lighter. Like, it was like a burden had been lifted. And I think he feels a lot better physically. And I think he made the comment to our little group that was talking to him that, hey, you know, I'm always confident in what I can do. I believe in me. And I'm sure he does. But then when the group kind of dispersed, I said to him, I understand you're a confident cat. But I said, didn't it just feel good to go out there and do some of the things you did against the Broncos to show everybody else that you still are who you think you are? And he's like, yeah, you know what? This is my job. And I'm sure, Brian, you looked at it this way too. But it also should be fun sometimes too. And that was fun. And I thought, what a healthy mentality he's kind of showing. So yeah, I anticipate him, you know, again, I don't know how many times he's going to get targeted. I don't know how many times they're going to throw the ball. I don't know where he's going to be in these progressions. But, yeah, I would expect him, especially if you want to be careful with Watson, I would expect him to see the football again, you know, 3-4 times and probably have an impact.
Yep. And then to me, this is my opinion, but, I mean, maybe I'm going to be way off on this, Mark. But to me, I think they have to control the ball and keep the hands out of Chicago's offense to give our defense a little bit of a break. And that means using Jacobs a lot. At least that's my opinion. I mean, do you think that's on the cards, or do you think we're looking more of what they did against Chicago in game one, where it's the Jordan show again?
Yeah, no, I don't. First of all, like, I'm not a huge Big Lebowski guy, but that's just like your opinion, man. But it's a good opinion, Brian. It really is. Like, I think that would be smart, because I do think that their defense wore down against the run after they had, what was it, 3-and-out on offense. Then they had the big touchdown to Watson, which was like 4 plays and a big touchdown, and then they had another 3-and-out. Like, you could tell that the defense was dying, and they had Micah at the time. And so yep. I would think, and again, they have to figure out the balance, because Chris Brooks, who I didn't mention earlier, he's questionable too. And while Chris Brooks is not going to be confused with Walter Payton or anybody like that, like he does have a valuable role, and they're not super deep at running back, right? Like, they're not getting Lloyd back. He's hurt again. Wilson is certainly back to full health. He was sick last week. But you don't want to give Jacobs the ball 30 times. So how do you manage to achieve that kind of keep the ball away stuff? Well, you better have some other guys that can tote it. And if Wilson can do that, then they should be able – but they got to run it successfully, right? And if they're able to do that, I look at what they did with their run defense, and I understand that it wasn't perfect, and those drives when they were tired were a factor. But it took the Bears 32 attempts to get 138 yards a week after they had put up 281 on the Eagles. And their longest run of the day was 9 yards. So if they can play run defense like that without Micah Parsons, they just got to get off the field on one of those third downs so it doesn't become a 10, 11, 12 play drive. That's how you end up running out of gas late, is that you don't get that one third down stop before you end up having to get another fresh set of downs.
Jason, hard to believe, but we're run out of time. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the change. The Bears, by the way, are favored in the game if you missed it. Thanks, Jason.
Yes, like Homer told you they would be. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Actually, it was everybody who follows it way closer than I do said they were shocked. I'm not an expert on the point spread enough. 90% customer satisfaction, Window Nation. That's nice, really nice. And they'll get it done right now. Window Nation, it's cold here, but doesn't matter. They can still get it done right now. So here's how it works. End of the year sale, 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. And they could maybe get it installed in 1 day, depending what it is. Yep, right now. Lifetime warranty, A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale in soon, so don't miss out on big savings. Visit windownation.com to get started. Windownation.com. And yes, tell them you want it right now. If you're hitting the road for the holidays, maybe heading up north, doing some shopping, or just getting out of town, make a quick stop at Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, literally right across the border, specifically in a car, 9 seconds. 9. Exactly 9 in a car. I mean, if you want to break the law and go faster, then maybe you can do it in less than 9. They've got award-winning, organically grown products you can trust, plus incense apparel and a ton of great holiday gift ideas. Swing by Higher Love in Menominee or start your trip at findhigherlove.com/CBD, less than an hour from Green Bay. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD for more information. The question is, if the Bears are a 1-point favorite now, will it get even larger by game time? Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we got some troubles in Waukesha County. Eastbound 94, just before you get to Elmhurst Road, we have the left shoulder blocked with a crash. Backup stretching back past Highway 83. We've also got a crash westbound 94 at Moreland Road. Left lane is blocked with this one, so that means we've got backups all the way back to Highway 100. We've also got delays, as usual, from just before 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, we got more delays from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to about 35th. And then on southbound 41, still slow south of Watertown Plank Road all the way through the Zoo interchange down to Lincoln. We had an earlier accident in that neck of the woods. That has been cleared out of the way. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 12. With tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, cold, a high of 25. Weather's brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Discount liquor. Did you know that George Washington served his own homemade version of eggnog made with rum, rye whiskey, and sherry? Well, a lot's changed since the days of our first president. But one constant has been celebrating the holiday season and upcoming new year with family, friends, and loved ones. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
There is no better time to tour the best senior community in Wisconsin than during the holidays while you're visiting with loved ones. Call 3 Pillars, make an appointment, and see for yourself why thousands and thousands of families have trusted 3 Pillars since 1905. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, whatever your needs, 3 Pillars has it covered. Info at 3pillars.org. Call 1-800-848-5306 to set up a time to tour their amazing 300-acre campus in scenic Lake Country.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Well, for the second time in 3 weeks, it is Bears Week for the Green Bay Packers as the 9-4-1 Packers head to Soldier Field to take on the first place 10-4 Bears. Head coach Matt LaFleur understands what's on the line Saturday night.
You know, we all know the magnitude of this game. It's going to be a great challenge for us in their house. We saw them 2 weeks ago, so that should be pretty exciting.
The Packers with a laundry list of injuries, and it's going to be a challenge for several key players, including wide receiver Christian Watson, offensive tackle Zach Tom, and safety Evan Williams, who LaFleur described as true game-time decisions.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We are short on time because we need to get in a Rain Man, but that doesn't mean I can't tell you about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities. Why? Because they got 300 acres. Beautiful setting along the Bark River. How many acres? 300 acres in Dousman. Yeah, it's so good I feel like I have to yell. A top-ranked full continuum community offering active adult and independent living, assisted living and memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, incredible wellness programs, long list of activities, 10 miles of walking. That's what you can do with 300 acres. And as everybody knows, the most important thing is the staff, amazing staff, and the 300 acres. Probably should put it that way. See for yourself in Dousman. Get all the info at threepillars.org. Is there anything else you want to mention on the Bears-Packers? Dr. Football Bryan Bulaga, because the little time we have left, I have another topic I wanted to address with you.
No, I mean, I think we just go to your topic.
All right. Giannis was asked on his current situation. Giannis, if my agent is talking to the Bucks about it, he can have any conversations he wants. I personally have not had the conversation with the Bucks. Do I need to tell Giannis or you or athletes, the agent works for you. He's paid by you. Anything he does is out of the direction of you, either because you've told him to or you allow him to do it. And to act like there's a gap between the two of you is so incredibly, I don't know what word to use. Like, how?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
but am I missing something to where you can defend and explain how Giannis would even say that? He is his agent.
He there's definitely direction, I would imagine, from him.
Was there with you? What was the interaction with you and your agent? You had a very good one, Tom Condon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was a big shot long before you were born, I think.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Very well known.
If anybody asked about you, you'd say, well, my agent's talking. I haven't had any conversation with the Packers. No, if your agent has a conversation, that is you having a conversation, exactly the same thing. Tell me where I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. They're going to speak on your behalf. That's just the way it goes. So if there's something that you're wanting to get done, most likely it's your agent's going to do it. Now, they may do it in different terms than what you would do it or how you would say it, but if it's coming out of your agent's mouth, most likely he's been talking to you about it. That's just the way it goes.
Then I don't feel so bad about, I wish I was talking to Giannis. You got to come up with something better than that. All right, now we get to the Packers and the Bears. While I think it's important, I'm looking at it like I want 2 wins in the last 3 games for the Packers. Maybe it becomes more difficult if they lose to the Bears, but this is a group of 3 And I don't know if you and maybe players can ever look at it that way. Like if you win this one, you still got to take care of business the rest of the way, or the win didn't do you much good, or how do you view 1 and the 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point in the season, you look at the big picture because Chicago's got a tough schedule as well. So if you get this one done, even though you still got a couple games left to play, you got to take care of your business. Chicago has a tough road as well. So like this game means a ton because of what your guys' schedules look like, and theirs is much more difficult.
And it's a division game, and it's almost like 2. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that'd be the way I'd look at it.
So it's like they have 4 games left. This is 2. And then you could say, well, the Vikings, but they're in the division, but they don't really count because they're just so far back. How about that? There are 4 games left, and this is 2 of them.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota, how they're performing right now, I wouldn't really look too much at that one. I would be looking at this one and then obviously the Ravens. Those are the 2 games that are, well, technically you look at this one, this counts as 2 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the way I would look at it.
I'm excited because I really want to see the defense, and they were good last year without Parsons. Yes, he's fantastic. He's necessary to win a Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff, but they've lived it. They're not being asked to do anything new. I'm sure, I mean, I'm assuming the defensive coordinator, it's easy, halfly. Now we're just going back to what we did last year, right?
Well, a little bit.
All right.
It's hard to say because they've been grooved in something now for so long.
Yes.
There's gonna be some changes, but it can't be like major blow this whole thing up and let's start all over again here almost at the end of the year. But there's gonna be changes. I mean, and there's a plan in place, but it's just not gonna be as sweeping as what we would expect. Like, hey, he has never been, like Mike was never here. We're how we were in the spring. It won't be like that.
All right. My apologies to the Doctor of Football. We need to do a little extra time with Rain Man. And, yes, you'll be on in the post-game show. I don't get to do it because Marquette and Creighton playing at exactly the same time. And I know you're picking the Packers to win. I don't know if you've made that prediction yet or not. Have you?
I have not made the prediction yet. I do want to see this. I do want to see this injury report. I do want to see that.
Dude, you're on the pregame, right? So you could do it then.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Brian.
All right, guys.
Rain Man coming up next. Running a business, meaning take care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning helps small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. Over 50 years. So health insurance, customized coverage options, they can do it all because they've been doing it for so long and understand how all the changes have occurred. Protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. Phone number is easy. Just remember 783-262-783. Roger Maris, 6161. Caller 5, Special Rain Man, 1-800-990-3776. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
So now Jeff Hafley's going to have to get more creative. Everybody will have to bow up and do things. And the main guy is Jordan Love.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This went from a defensive-led team to now Jordan Love. Put him on your back. You're going to have to get the cape out.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As I reflect on the 2025 performance of the James Imaging Systems team, I'm inspired by their power of action, reliable follow-through, and ability to consistently connect with our clients. So thank you for helping our clients grow, profit, and thrive. In addition, I'm humbled by the trust our clients place in the James Imaging Systems expertise to help them succeed, now and in the years to come. As your local business technology partner, I extend my appreciation and gratitude for your ongoing loyalty. Looking forward, I feel that as individuals and as a community, if we display the power of positive action and authentically strive to find common ground, then our local communities will be stronger and our family connections will be secure and enduring. To everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Caladora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, it is weird. One side says Packers by 1.5. Another side says the Bears -1. Somebody on YouTube put me there. 1-800-990-3776. Special Rain Man. You can win cousin subs for a year. We don't have a fifth caller yet. We got a fourth caller, but not a fifth caller. 1-800-990-3776. You don't call in the next minute, I'm just going to cancel it. And I don't know what to do. I'll have to check all the rules. Window Nation, end of the year sale. 90% customer satisfaction. I can tell you they're great. That's what's important. 90% customer satisfaction. And Window Nation, remember it right now. They can do it right now. Install in 1 day, backed with a lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Can't do everything in 1 day, but that's how quickly they do it. Not now, but right now. And Window Nation's end-of-the-year sale. Get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. Visit windownation.com to get started. windownation.com to get started. 1-800-990-3776. What are we? We're down to like 30 seconds. Maybe we have a fifth caller. They automatically get a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. Can't lose. They made me do that if you get none. And if you can beat our top score so far, which is 10, we have Al in Fredonia. Al, you are on Rain Man. Good evening.
Good evening.
You're the luckiest man in the world. It's never been. We've never had this before, but you are caller 5. You win the $25 gift card from Cousin Subs. 10 is the top. You beat that, you could win Cousin Subs for a year because we only have time for one more contest. Rain Man brought to you by Cousin Subs and by Saganiac Planning, the name synonymous with employee benefits top-notch service for over 50 years. Phone number you can remember, Saganiac Planning, 262. You just got to remember 783. 262-783, Roger Maris, 6161. The first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. The other 14, no guarantee on what they're about. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Pick a team Dwayne Wade's team beat in their trip to the Final Four.
Kansas.
Incorrect. Oklahoma City's record in the NBA.
26-2.
Incorrect. The Bucks' record in the NBA.
11-16.
Correct. Team with the worst record in the NBA, 4-20.
Brooklyn.
Incorrect. He leads the NFL, 3,931 yards passing.
Josh Allen.
Incorrect. He leads the NFL quarterback rating, 112.2.
Drake May.
Incorrect. Jordan Love in quarterback rating this season. Is he 6th, 10th, or 14th?
6.
Correct. Best defense in the NFL, giving up only 16.3 points per game.
Philadelphia.
Incorrect. Sabonis, Larry Bird, or Giannis, who has the most career triple-doubles?
Sabonis.
Correct. Who has the most career triple-doubles? Giannis, Michael Jordan, or Draymond Green?
Draymond Green.
Incorrect. Best free throw shooter in NBA history. Career, 91%.
Steph Curry.
Correct. Only Brewer with 50 home runs in a season.
Prince Fielder.
Correct. First Brewer player to hit 45 home runs. Did it in 79.
Gorman Thomas.
Correct. 2010, he set a Brewers record. 754 plate appearances in a season.
Ryan Braun.
Incorrect. How old is Bryan Bulaga?
42.
42. Alex, tell him how old Bryan Bulaga is. You don't believe this. Nobody believes this.
36.
36. Dude's been retired for 18 years, and he's 36. Bryan Bulaga. All right. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't matter. It's less than 10, but you did a nice job, and you get a $25 gift card. Nicely done, and you were the latest Caller 5 ever. Make a quick stop at Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, literally across the Wisconsin border. Yeah, 9 seconds in a car. Award-winning, organically grown products you can trust, plus incense, apparel, and a ton of great holiday gift ideas. And you can get a picture with Sasquatch. So before you head out, swing by Higher Love in Menominee. Told you how far. Or start your trip at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Less than an hour from Green Bay. How long across the border in a car? 9 seconds. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD for more information. The Marquette Basketball Hour is next.
Westbound 94 is still going to be backed up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard and then out of the Zoo interchange, stretching all the way to Moreland Road. There is a